Welcome to The Explainer. Now, if you're an aspiring barrister in Australia, you're going to want to listen up. We're diving into a case that, on the surface, seems pretty simple. It's about a missing car. But trust me, it's a goldmine of a lesson in how a single, poorly drafted court order can get torn apart, and how a judge's edits can give you the perfect blueprint for getting it right. So let's put you in the hot seat. This is the exact challenge at the heart of today's case study. Your client's property is gone, you need an urgent order from the court, like yesterday. But as we're about to see, asking for too much doesn't just get you a no, you might just get a masterclass from the judge on how you should have done your job in the first place. Okay, so let's set the scene. This all starts with a problem that probably lands on a lawyer's desk every single day. But, it's how this very common problem was handled that gives us such an incredible lesson in the real art of advocacy and civil procedure. All right, the case we're digging into is GE Automotive versus Laverty. It's a 2008 decision from the District Court of Queensland. And the judge, Judge McGill, provides this beautifully clear, almost perfect roadmap of what to do and, maybe more importantly, what not to do. So here's the deal. GE Automotive financed a car. The borrower, Miss Laverty, allegedly defaulted on her payments. Now, under the agreement, that means they're entitled to get the vehicle back. Simple enough, right? Well, there's a problem. The car is nowhere to be found, and they're worried it's going to be hidden or even sold. So they need the court to step in, fast, to preserve their asset until the main case gets sorted out. So what do? Well, the plaintiff's lawyers draft an order to fix this. They need to find the car, they need to secure it. Seems pretty straightforward, doesn't it? Well, let's just say their ambition got way ahead of their legal authority. The legal tool they're using here is Rule 250 of the Uniform Civil Procedure Rules. The purpose is right there in the name, preservation of property. Think of it like putting a temporary fence around something that's being fought over, just to make sure it's still there when the fight is over. It's a holding pattern, not the final victory. And this, right here, is where it all goes off the rails. The plaintiff's draft order was just incredibly broad. It asked for the power to enter not just the defendant's house, but any place where they just believed the car might be. I mean, think about that. That could mean breaking down the door of a totally innocent friend or a relative with zero notice, all based on a hunch. Okay, so let's get into Judge McGill's takedown of this draft, because he doesn't just say no. He explains exactly why it's a no, and in doing so, he gives every lawyer in the room a blueprint for how to get it right. The judge basically breaks it down into 4 huge flaws. First, it was just way too broad, a classic overreach. Second, and this is a big one, they couldn't point to any law that gave them that kind of power. Third, they asked for a mountain of information when all they needed was the car's location. And finally, they totally misunderstood what the defendant was actually supposed to do under the contract. Okay, that second point, the lack of authority, that is absolutely brutal. The judge says flat out, I have not been cited any authority which supports the making of an order as wide as that. For anyone prepping for the bar, that is a sentence you never ever want directed at you. The lesson here is massive. If you are asking for an extraordinary power, you must show the judge exactly where that power comes from. And then there's this really clever, sharp distinction the judge makes. See, the draft order demanded that the defendant deliver the car to the plaintiff, but the judge actually read the contract, and it said she had a duty to deliver up possession, meaning to let them come and get it from wherever it was. She didn't have to act as their delivery driver. It seems like a small difference, but in law, those small differences are everything. And this is the mic drop moment from Judge McGill. He brings it all back to the fundamental point of the rule. Rule 250 is a shield, right? It's meant to protect an asset. It is not a sword. You can't use it to win the whole war before the first battle has even been fought. All the plaintiff has at this stage is a claim, not a final judgment. Now, here's what makes this case an absolute gift for anyone learning this stuff. After pointing out all the problems, the judge didn't just say, nope, try again and send the lawyer away. He actually rolled up his sleeves and fixed it. He redrafted the order himself, right there in the judgment, providing a perfect model of what they should have asked for. And look at how he did it. It's like a masterclass in precision. Instead of any premises, he limited entry to specific places actually linked to the defendant. He cut down the demand for information to just one thing: where's the car? He got rid of that incorrect delivery duty, and this is brilliant, he added a new clause. The plaintiff couldn't just turn around and sell the car. They had to hold on to it until the case was over, which perfectly locks the order back to its real purpose: preservation. So let's tie this all together. Why should this 2008 case about a missing car matter so much to you today as you're prepping for your bar exams or just starting your career? What are the big lessons here? All right, if you're going to take anything away from this, it's these 5 things. 1, precision is king. Be specific. Vague gets you nowhere. 2, authority is your ticket to ride. If you can't cite it, you can't have it. 3, know the why. Understand the point of the rule you're using. 4, put on your judge hat. Would you sign this order? Is it fair? And finally, number 5, read the darn contract. Your client's rights start and end there, so don't assume anything. Master these and you are well on your way. And that's really the question this case leaves you with, isn't it? It's not just about being aggressive or being clever. It's about exercising power responsibly and with precision. And let me tell you, that skill, that is what separates a good lawyer from a truly great advocate.